Hi, I'm Bill McConnell, and this is my regular weekly blog post, and I did promise that I would try and do a video from Phoenix, where I was over the weekend for the last 4 or 5 days, but I never got to do that. But I'm going to share with you just a couple of pictures, and I might get in trouble for one or two of these, and you might understand why. We got there at about 7 in the morning, and you cannot get your hotel room at 7 in the morning, but here's a picture of my wife sleeping in the lobby while we were waiting for our room. Now, the bad news is we waited 4 hours to get our room. The good news is we got in 4 hours earlier than regular check-in. So it was give and take. Look, here's someone in the lobby reading my book that came out in print just about 5 weeks ago. And I ran across Jamie French at jamiefrench.com, a good friend of mine. He happens to have a copy of my book as well. Not to mention Marissa Shadrick, who you can find at marissashadrick.com. And she has a wonderful website there. And she has a copy of my book as well. Funny thing about that. And finally, here's Laura Helmling at laurahelmling.com. Laura interviewed me for my book, and she's not holding up a copy of the book, but she has a copy of the book, and she's rocking an amazing sombrero because it was her birthday, and we tried to embarrass her at a restaurant. And she's an amazingly good sport through all of it. So I want to share with you today just two things. One thing I learned about myself that I want you to know, and one thing I learned about you that's important as well. The one thing I learned about you is this: I don't know you very well. I mean, I want to know you better, but I just don't know you very well, and I need to know you more. I have several hundred people on my email list. It's a reasonably small email list, but I should know some of you better than what I know right now. And I don't know you well because I write stuff every week and put stuff down every week, and it's just not resonating with some people. And the problem is not you, the problem is me. I don't know my audience well enough, and you just happen to be my audience. So I'm trying to find a way to bridge the gap between you coming to my blog and reading my blog or checking out my video and me getting to know you a little well. There's got to be a way for us to get to know each other, and I want to be able to do all that I can to be able to know you just a little more than I do. Now, the other thing is I want you to know something more about me. And the only way that I can explain this is, of course, through a movie reference, because I love movie references and I love movies. But one of my favorite movies of all time is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's actually 3 movies that go for about 2,700 hours. It's very long movies, but I enjoyed them immensely. Now, if you don't know Lord of the Rings, then first of all, where have you been? But maybe you're not a movie person, so I get that. So Lord of the Rings has to do basically with a hobbit named Frodo, who's been reluctantly given the task of taking this all-powerful One Ring and taking it across the Middle-earth to Mordor, and that's where it needs to be destroyed. It's the only place where it can be destroyed, and it needs to be destroyed. And Frodo is the guy that takes the ring and takes it across all of this through 3 whole entire movies and destroys the ring. And it was a long and treacherous journey. And I do not relate to Frodo at all. I'm not the guy who carries the ring. I'm not the guy who takes the main focus of everything and just runs with it. I'm not that guy. However, Frodo had a friend, another reluctant participant in this journey, and his name is Samwise Gamgee. He's Frodo's gardener. Now, I do not relate to gardening because I can't grow grass. I have to mow grass every week, and I don't understand that. But I can't even grow grass. There's actually a bald patch, a huge bald patch in our backyard that I've been trying to grow grass on for the last couple of years, and it's just not happening. I think the ground just looks up at me and laughs. I don't have a green thumb, I have a black thumb. So I don't relate to Samwise in that regard as being Frodo's gardener, but Sam stops being a gardener and becomes Frodo's companion. And his entire job through 3 movies was to help Frodo get where he was going. And Sam would do anything to help Frodo get where he was going. And I so totally relate to that character. I'm the kind of guy who relates to that. I'm the kind of guy that wants to help people get where they're going. And that's what I want to do. I want to have things on my blog, have videos on my blog, have opportunities on my blog where I can help people get from where they are to where they're going. And that brings me back to the first dilemma. I don't know you well enough. Sounds like both problems are mine, but I want to find a way to bridge that gap. Now, I have something coming up in about 3 weeks, and it will involve only 20 people. You'll have to literally give me your name and email again, if I already have it. But I'm looking for 20 people, and no more than 20 people to volunteer to help me create something. And I'm not going to give any more details beyond that, but my goal is that if I make it properly and I make it correctly and I have the right kind of help, which could very possibly be you, then taking this and making something that will help people will be just an amazing thing. But I will only have room for 20 people, and I'll just tell you a little bit more about that probably next week. And so that's all I've got for this week, and thank you for the opportunity. My name is Bill McConnell. If you're watching anywhere, if you're watching this video anywhere but on my blog, then go on over to my blog at bill-mcconnell.com or doingstuffdaily.com, a little easier to read, and head on over there, scroll down, leave a comment. Give me a share on social. Give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down, but give me something just to get some reaction. And I need that feedback so that we can get to know each other a little bit better. And that's all I've got. So let's just go out and let's just get at it today.